Have you ever been in that situation where you've got a standard/basic Mac and you see this game and you're thinking, is it worth buying this because it may not run smoothly on this? Well, I'm here to answer that. So let's start off with, what is a basic/standard Mac? Well, I mean something like you just go out to the shops and buy one just straight off the shelf. You don't add any graphics cards or CPUs or anything to it. It's just one just straight off the shelf. Now you're probably thinking, how am I going to review all the apps? Well, I'm not. The two apps I'll be reviewing are Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and Call of Duty Black Ops. Let's start off with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Alright, so let's start off with the single player. Basically, there is quite a long campaign. As you can see, there's prologue, then there's Act 1, quite a few missions, Act 2, a few missions, Act 3, a few missions, and the epilogue with one. So basically, each mission takes about 10-20 minutes. So the campaign does last you quite a while. And there is arcade mode, which is you have an amount of lives and you see how far you can get through the campaign, but I will not be showing any footage. And right now I'm not showing any footage of the campaign. Just if I do have some up on my channel, I put an annotation on the screen right now. But in terms of how it runs really smoothly. Each mission rarely has any lag unless you're on super low charge. With your charger in, they're really quite fun to play. Of course, they're not the main part, but they're good. Like these two are especially good. All gillied up and one-shot kill. They're quite good missions. And there's 4 game modes: Recruit, Regular, Hardened, and Veteran. I complete the whole campaign on Hardened, but I don't really play it much, mostly multiplayer. So let's move on to the multiplayer. Before we start, I just want to say the gameplay right here is Sabotage, and the full gameplay is uploaded on my channel. So if you want to watch the full gameplay, just click this annotation right here. Multiplayer is really smooth. You can watch it in full 1080p. To find out how to do that, just click this annotation right here. But create a LAN network with your friends and it will be really smooth as long as you're not too far away from each other. There will be not really any connection problems, and with that it makes this a really fun multiplayer. If playing on a LAN network, your ping will be very low, from about 10 to 30 ping. The online gameplay is a little more laggy, but it really depends on where the server you're playing on is hosted and what your ping is. But most of the time it's not that laggy, so it's pretty playable, and it's a really good way to start leveling up. I won't go too deeply into the game mode since there's a lot of them, but I'll go briefly into them. So Sabotage, the one that's been playing now, is probably my favorite, where the bomb at the start is placed in the middle of the map, and the teams have to try get the bomb and plant it on the other person's site that they're trying to protect, and vice versa. And the bomb will keep going back and forth until someone plants it and they win the game. Of course, there's standard free-for-all where everybody is versus everybody, and there is, of course, team deathmatch where 2 teams are pitched up against each other to get the most amount of kills in the time you have, and the team with the most kills at the end of this time limit wins. Overall, I definitely recommend getting this. If you like FPS and you want a good game that runs smoothly and will work on Mac, with decent game modes and overall it's a good FPS game, then you should definitely go for Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Alright, let's move on to Call of Duty Black Ops. Alright, Call of Duty Black Ops. This you might have to think a little bit more carefully about when choosing this one, because it is actually quite laggy if you have not added anything to your Mac. Right, most of the time it's not laggy, but for when there's big events, you may get a little FPS drop, but most of the time it's pretty good. To multiplayer, for me, I got banned from every server for some reason, so that's not a good thing. That's possible because I tried to connect to my friend and it banned me. But let's go for the campaign.
Why?
So, these are there's not as many campaign levels as Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, but these take a lot longer, at least half an hour per each. So the campaign is actually longer than Call of Duty Black Ops, just slightly. They are quite good, but they do get quite laggy at times. But the graphics are quite nice, and there are good slow motion scenes that don't really lag at all. Of course, there's zombies, which is good as well. Of course, I can't show you on the online gameplay, but there is solo. I have not unlocked because I suck any others, so I only have these 4. But they're quite laggy as well at sometimes. But overall, they're pretty good, and I definitely think it is worth playing zombies. This is a bit of a trickier choice whether to choose to buy it or not. But if you really do want this game, you got it on your Xbox or something and you want it on your Mac, then it's worth buying. But if you're just buying it because you just thought like it may be good, then maybe you should have second thoughts about it. But definitely it's a good game, but quite laggy. I really hope this helped decide what you want. If you want more stuff like this, just tell me which apps you would like a review on, and if I have them, I'll try and make a review. Please subscribe and tell me what to do next if you want more content like this, and just hope you enjoyed.